Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have the honor to introduce today's special guest topic, the one, the many, mallet percussion. So in this video, I'm going to explain the difference in the four mallet percussion instruments, which are marimba, glockenspiel, vibraphone, and xylophone. We are going to start off with my personal favorite mallet instrument, the vibraphone. The vibraphone has metal bars and are typically 3 to 4 octaves. All of these mallet instruments look like a piano the way its bars or keys are laid out. If we look at a piano, you see that its black keys are kind of over the top of the white keys. Well, when we go back to the vibraphone, you can see that they're all on the same level. That's one of the major reasons that you can tell it's a vibraphone. Another difference is its sound. Here's a clip of one of my favorite vibraphone players, Ed Sandin, showing us the sound that the vibraphone makes. The vibraphone has a really interesting feature that none of the other mallet instruments have, which is a motor. The motor is hooked up to this long rod with circles on them. They are under the bars yet over the resonators and spin to make a really neat sound. Here are a few fun facts about the vibraphone, then we will move on to a different instrument. The vibraphone is the only mallet instrument you will ever see in a jazz band. You can play the instrument with 2 or 4 mallets using yarn mallets. The nickname for the vibraphone is Vibes. The first vibraphone was made in 1920, and one of the first famous players were Lionel Hampton and Milt Jackson. Now we are going to move on to the glockenspiel, or mostly known as bells. The bells are much smaller than the other mallet instruments by a few yards, and are normally 2 octaves. They are also located in a case so they can be easily transported. This instrument is played in an orchestra. In fact, some people even call them orchestra bells, and they are played with plastic or brass mallets and will ring for days. The bars are metal and quote-unquote black notes are over the white keys, just like a piano. Here's a remodeled design of what the first glockenspiel looked like. Notice how there's only one layer of bars. Here's a clip of the glockenspiel being played. Notice how long the bells ring for. I have to say that out of these 4, the bells are my least favorite. Ah, the xylophone. Such a classic go-to. I'm sure when you think of xylophone, you think of this. Or you think the only word in the English language that starts with X. Well, there's a lot more to it than that. The range of this instrument is 3 to 4 octaves and can be played with rubber, plastic, and occasionally thin yarn mallets. The xylophone, or referred to as the xylo, can really be played in any group, band, marching band, orchestra, you name it. The design on the xylo is similar to the bells, the way the black bars are over the white keys. The xylo has a very short sound. Once you hit the note, it doesn't ring very much. Here's a clip of the legend Teddy Brown playing the xylophone in 1931. The xylophone is my third favorite. Last up to bat, we have the marimba. The marimba, in my opinion, has the coolest sound as well as the prettiest look because they are made with rosewood bars. It is the only mallet instrument that can go very low. It has a range of 4 to 7 octaves and can be played with yarn mallets. The marimba and xylophone are the hardest of the 2 to tell apart because they are normally the same color and have the same black over white like I was telling you about earlier with the piano. The marimba is the most popular to play with 4 mallets. Here is a clip of someone playing with 2 mallets, then it will cut to a 4 mallet player. Marimba is my second favorite because I love the deep sound it makes when I play. Now that I have gone over all 4 types of mallet instruments, we are going to have a mini quiz to see if you can tell the difference from what you've just learned. What has metal bars, is transported in a case, and is played with plastic or brass mallets? The bells! What has the lowest regimen of the 4 and is played with yarn mallets? Marimba! What has black bars on the same level as white and the only instrument with a motor attachment? Vibraphone, my love. And last but not least, what has the shortest sound and is played by the legend Teddy Brown? Xylophone! I hope you enjoyed my September project on the difference in mallet instruments, and I hope you learned something new. Now use your knowledge and try to identify which one it is next time you see a mallet instrument.